everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We got some noise in the background all of a sudden.
Well, there's nothing here yet because it hasn't gone live on YouTube yet. There it goes.
All right. Welcome, Jarvis. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I am Aces. And we've got Evil Rick in the side chat, Motobomb Virginia, who we met at VAMM.
Yeah.
And then we've got Maurice. So I'm going to post a link shortly in the side chat. And anybody that was at VAMM wants to come in and say hi is more than welcome. As soon as I can figure out how to do that. I got it.
You must have it.
Yes.
You're the expert.
Yeah, I'm the expert. Smeared a Cowboy. How you doing, buddy? Says the noise we heard. He farted. Great. That's a hell of an internet connection you got there, sir.
It is. Do you still hear it?
No.
Okay.
No. And we got Sick Bastard. What's up, buddy? He's one of Motobomb's friends. I saw him on a live chat with Motobomb last night. Maurice Nouveau, my buddy, with the red. I think he's got a road glide, right? There were a lot of people at VAMM this year. How many do you think we had, Jarvis?
50?
50? That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It was a lot more than last year.
Yeah. And a different bunch as well. There was a lot more newer ones that hadn't been before, where some of the old regulars didn't come.
Yeah, I noticed that HDR wasn't there.
Yeah, and Ty
and Ty wasn't there.
Bronco Ride.
There you go, Maurice. Was it because of the destination? Probably not. That area is just simply beautiful.
No, it wasn't that. I think that while the HDR guys, they had already been on a trip. Just there was, I think, 5 or 6 of them that went, and then the rest of them were at New Jersey for the Tunnel to Towers thing.
Yeah, the Baggers and Brews.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Smear Cowboy?
There he is.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good. Doing well.
You're back to walking and riding now, right? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I had to turn off the other
the feed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Healing up well. A lot of people are saying that I walk better now after I broke my foot than I did before. Who knew?
Your balance has improved.
Yeah, I'm still walking with a cane, but I got about another week on that, and I think I'm good to do pirouettes and break dancing, maybe some clogging, but I'm not sure.
Clogging. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it does. I saw you're on here, so I thought I'd pop in. My wife's going to call me here shortly for supper, but I thought I'd jump in here real quick.
Yeah,
welcome. Guys,
you've been to VAMM, but you didn't go this year.
Last year. No, not because of the Godzilla walk, and I broke my foot on the pier, and I already had reservations, had to cancel those, and I really wanted to see you guys this year, but it is what it is. So, like all the pro teams that don't make it to their top level is always next year. So there you go.
This is a rebuilding year for you.
Yeah, I'd say so. Mostly bone marrow and stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah, it was the same roads as last year, but far less rain.
And we had quite a bit of rain last year, and I've been watching people's videos that's been coming out of VAMM, and they said they didn't get a lick of rain, except I think you said it, John, that you ran into some rain a little bit.
Jarvis and I found rain in Tennessee. And
okay.
I think we were in North Carolina for a hot minute too, weren't we, Jarvis?
Yeah, and Tennessee, and we were close to North Carolina anyway. I'm not sure whether, I think maybe the sign was like just a little bit farther down the road.
I'll have to check the map.
Hi, Jody.
Did you go to the Tail of the Dragon?
We went to
no, but we were nearby. We didn't go to it. I tried to coerce John into going, and he just finished riding the snake, and he was a little rattled, I think.
Ah, I see what you did there. We had also done
Yeah.
the back of the dragon that morning, so I
Yeah.
was a little tuckered out.
Yeah, I think the back of the dragon, it's more curves, but the tail of the dragon is a lot more technical because you really got to watch your line through the tail of the dragon. If you're going on a weekend, forget it. Just don't even go there. There's just too many people, too many newbies.
Even on the snake, we ran into a couple of groups. There was one group of cars, a bunch of Porsches went by us, throwing rocks and crap at us as they went by, like, and coming over the line on us. The other one was there was a group of about 5 crotch rockets, and the guys all dressed in leathers, and they came down and turned right as we were on the bend. Like if they'd ever wiped out, they'd have took us right out. And they were just right down knee dragging coming around there. Scare the hell out of you.
Tell you what, guys, the only time I'll drag a knee is when I have to do that to pick up a quarter, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was the only thing, and I could just imagine what I haven't run the tail of the dragon. I haven't done it yet. I don't really have any inclination to do it because it's not really for my bike. I mean, I can go do it and say I did it, but I'm,
Well, I've done it on 2 separate scooters, so I've done that twice. I've never done it on the Spider yet. I'd like to do that just to have the picture and say I've done it but I'll be going during the week. You couldn't pay me to go there on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. No, sir, no way. Nope, not even on a bet.
Yeah.
We rode the snake on Saturday and the back of the dragon on Saturday, and I'd say they weren't too bad with traffic.
No, they weren't bad. There was just those 2 incidents that were bad.
Yep.
Not the rest. Everybody was just riding their ride, right? So, but the snake, way more technical than the back of the dragon, but flat, pretty much flat, but real curvy and tight corners and beautiful road.
I can tell you, I have the time it takes me to transition from side to side just by doing the back of the dragon followed by the snake that one day. I was out there. You can watch in the footage. I've got it all on my computer. I'm over there moving faster left to right than I ever have.
Yeah.
And Jody, we did not ride the Widowmaker.
I did it with Memphis Mike two VAMs ago when they were paving it. It wasn't finished, and it was like the one side was paved, and it was like 3 inches higher than the other side. Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, about like riding the back of the dragon in the wet.
These things have to be done, John. It's just whatever the gods throw at you, you got to take it.
Well, it's kind of what we did. We avoided most of the rain. Like we said, we only caught some of it in Tennessee.
Well, like last year, John, when we stopped at the $1 Million Overlook, and then we went on the back of the dragon there, and then the rain started, and you could tell everybody just slowed down and rode their ride and everything else. And JarvisBiker, I've got to hand it to you, man, because you were behind me, and I had the back camera going, and you stayed at least, I'd say, either 6 or 8 bike lengths behind me, because you were just, it was just phenomenal, staying that far back and doing safety and everything else. And it was just, I was very, very impressed. And I don't know.
Did I have my feet on the highway pegs? Because
that's what drives me.
I don't know. I have to go back and see the footage.
99% sure I probably did.
Yep.
I'm back there panicking and trying to make sure I don't run off the road. And Jarvis is up there pointing at flags and cows and feet up on the highway pegs. Son of a gun.
The one thing I was proud of you, John, we drove down the road where the deer ran in front of you, and you never even mentioned it. That was when I went. That's when I went, and I was pointing at the field, and I was going like that. You didn't catch on. That's That's what I was motioning for. Was where's the deer?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was laser focused on the road glide in front of me and just staying on the road.
Yeah.
Now, John, didn't Road Glide Andy have footage of that? Of that deer
No,
coming out in front of
Travis.
you?
Travis
sent me footage
done.
last year. My done life.
Done. Travis Dunn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a really good one. The best deer video. Everybody got to check it out. Spider Wayne hit a deer with his Can-Am, the new one, and the deer jumped right at the last second, and he clipped it like on the edge of the cowl, like on the edge of the fairing and the windshield, and it bounced up and it flew through the air. He had his 360 camera on. The deer landed in the field, and by the time he got stopped and turned around, the deer jumped up and took off. And there wasn't a mark on, a little bit of a smudge on his bike, but nothing.
And one of the screenshots that he did when the deer come up, it looked like he was crossing his legs because he had to pee so bad. I thought that was great because the legs were just crossed like that, you know. Yeah. And I've known Spider Wayne for a while now, and he just retired from a tire manufacturing company as well. And so for Christmas, I got some deer whistles for Christmas. So I had a couple of extra. So I sent it to him for a countermeasure for next time if you get into some deer or something. I sent that to him for a countermeasure. So hopefully he put those on there and they worked for VAMM for him anyway.
Hopefully they put both of them on, because I had a neighbor growing up who was so cheap. He bought a pair of deer whistles and he put one on each car.
Yeah. I got those for a Christmas present because they're fairly cheap, and my daughter and son-in-law, they're still raising a daughter and everything else. So I know they get something for cheap for Christmas and stuff. So they got me a set of 1, 2, 3. Got me a set of 4, 8 of them. So I had 2 left over. I put 2 on the car, 2 on the truck, and 2 on the bike. So I had a set left over, and with my weirded sense of humor, I had to do that to Spider Wayne to send him those for a countermeasure. So I just had to. It was just one of those things that you had to do.
Oh, yeah. One of the people that showed up that I was surprised to see is this guy, Moto Travels. He rode 3,000 miles to see us for the weekend and then trucked it back. Well, he didn't truck it. He rode back 3,000 more miles. That was bonkers.
Yeah, well, he'd always watched our videos on it, and he wanted to go, so he just told the missus that he was going.
Good for him.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah,
he's like, I wanted to give you a hat, so I rode down here to give you a hat.
Well, he beat me out.
That's the only reason you showed up.
He beat me out for the high miler guy, so.
He did. Look at this. 3,334 miles to get back in 5 days. I mean, he rode down in 4.5. So
he took an alternate route. He went kind of sideways to the west first and then went north because he was going to be coming back that way again, the other way. So he didn't want to do it twice in a row. So he kind of changed it up just to make it a little bit different, not as boring. So
I can't blame him, but man, that guy puts down some miles.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. He had a detour to Reno on the way home.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk a lot, you and Craig?
Once in a while, yeah. I'm trying to solicit him into a halfway ride. So like the center of Canada, and we meet in the center. So,
well, there's a whole Discord for all the Canadians to talk to each other, right?
Mm.
No?
Nah. Not everybody.
I tried to welcome Jarvis into our great country, and he shows up, and I made all the A and maple syrup and Surrey about it jokes for him, just to make him feel at home,
Yeah.
It was good fun. Jarvis, what was your favorite part of this year's VAMM trip?
Oh. Just seeing old friends, just the same you know, like the ride is basically the same. Riding the snake, that was a highlight. I hadn't done that road yet, and I was glad that I got a chance to do it this time.
And
Just
next
the
time you can
just
ride
the
it at
people.
full speed. Next time you can ride it at full speed.
Well, I was taking the corners at normal speed. I was just slowing down in the straightaways waiting for you.
At one point, our comms disconnected. I was too far behind him.
Yeah. Well, that's when I knew to slow down, was when it started crackling. I knew I was getting out of range, so I better wait for you.
Hey, we got Nick and Jack joined us. Welcome, guys. Ashley already joined. I'd say hi to her. Patrick, Chick-fil-A is that was from the April trip. And
Yeah.
Craig's a
I did go to Chick-fil-A though on the Winchester, Virginia, while I was overnight. When I waited overnight for you to catch up.
Now look, he didn't wait overnight for me. He came down a day early. Tell the viewers why.
Okay, so there's the remnants of the hurricane was coming up, and so I was looking at the map, and I was going to get swamped if I didn't leave. So I left about 10 hours early. I rode basically through the night. I got to Winchester, Virginia, which is nearby, an hour and a half from John's house. So my plan was to stay over that night. John would meet up with me early in the morning, and we would head for VAMM. I left 10 hours early, so I rode through the night. When I got there, it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I went to the hotel and I said, hey, I got a room tonight. How soon can I get my room? And the guy says, 5 a.m. He says, there's a breakfast place, Denny's down the road. He says, go have breakfast. By the time you get back, the computers will have changed over and I can give you your room. I was like, yes. So I didn't have to pay for an extra night, which worked out well for me. Travel Lodge, aces.
What's up,
That was going to be my next question. That was going to be my next question. Where did you stay at?
Yeah. So for that night, I stayed at the Travel Lodge, and then we stayed at the Holiday Inn in Claypool. Now, everything was fine there until the last night, and then they made two of the people that were riding with me not be able to park at the door. One was a veteran with the disabled plates, and then there was another guy, and they were denied. We've parked there for 4 years straight. And the night manager decided that she was going to tell us that we couldn't be there. So that was fine for me. I didn't care. I just pulled over farther away in the parking lot, but those two should have been allowed to stay where they were, but she wouldn't allow it. So they got a nasty letter from me the next day when they wanted to send me the questionnaire on my stay.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I burned her hard. So, yeah, I didn't care for myself, but for others, I thought that wasn't fair to them because they didn't have enough
sounds
space.
Pretty crappy.
They only had a couple of spaces, and in that case, you should be, hey,
Yeah, they should look at the back of like my bike and the other two bikes that were both disabled veterans. It's like, just let them be. We're not causing a problem. Hell, I saw heavy duty trucks come through there with no issue with the bikes on both sides of the awning.
Well, in past years, we've had it where they were lined up all the way down that curb right at the door. Like there was bikes all the way down there, and then into the parking lot, there was another full row of them. So there's no way that we were going to be in the way, like emergency trucks or anything like that. That awning is huge. So
oh yeah,
it's just
you'll see it in my video.
making something up just to have something to bitch about, I think. But I wasn't impressed, and I let them know, and I let her know about it too. So she knew it was coming. So didn't want to blindside her. I said, well, you'll be hearing about this. So I said, when I get my questionnaire, when I get home, we're going to be talking about it. So
Sometimes I bet they wish they didn't do those questionnaire things. Like, oh no.
well, just don't do stupid things like that. Like they'd been parking there all week. We'd been parking there since when? Thursday afternoon. We'd been parking there, and all of a sudden, Saturday night, she's got to pull the Fed on us. So
I think it was Friday night. A group of like 5 or 6 bikes showed up, and they all parked along that curb. And apparently, there were no rooms because it was the Virginia State Little League tournament that weekend as well.
yeah, that goes on at the same time. It has for I think the last they've been doing that on that same date for quite a few years. I think.
Last January, I got my reservation for the Fincastle Motor Inn, and I was so excited about that. Last year when I went, I stayed at the Super 8, and everything was just, a little bit far from everything. But, I mean, it was all right. I mean, I had no quarrels with that or anything, but I did make my reservations at Fincastle, but then I had to cancel them because of Godzilla foot here.
Yeah.
But I really had a great time last year, and I really wanted to meet a lot of the people that didn't make it last year, like Purple on 3, Kraken's Garage, Tommy G.
They were all there.
Yeah, and I wasn't. And there was a big showing of spiders there this year, I heard. So
there was a lot of spiders.
I would have fit right in, but
no. Tommy was riding the old Spider, but he went and sat on my Road Glide for a while, and I think he's got a little bit of a fire lit now.
Well, that's a good pick.
Brothers.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to scroll through a bunch of the pictures that I took.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick off where we were. That's
on
the road. That's on the road. Like that's coming or going one of the ways.
This is Winchester at the hotel when I met up with you.
Just the first thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And this was our first stop, I think, for Burger King.
Yeah.
But, the Fincastle was nice last year. The Holiday Inn Express we stayed at was a lot nicer, I think, quality-wise. But, yeah, it was pretty far from everything. But Jarvis we had to stop at Burger King. Jarvis made all the reservations. So thank you for that, Jarvis.
Yeah. So back to the Holiday Inn Super 8 thing. The Holiday Inn is more money, but they have a terrific breakfast there. Every morning I was down there, full breakfast right there. We didn't even have to go anywhere. It was right there for us. Homemade biscuits, nice. Just everything top shelf.
That was very nice.
So in paying a little bit more for the room, but you get a little bit more with it. But we went over the last night after we left the back of the Dragon Center. We went back and we ended up going to the Super 8, and everybody there was out in the parking lot. And they had chairs and benches there for people to sit at. The bikes were all lined up there. We were there, a couple of hours at least, right, John?
Oh, yeah. We were there for a couple hours.
So that part of it, I think next time would be that I would book the Super 8. I don't think I would do the Holiday Inn. I'm pissed off at them, number one. And the other reason is that right there where everybody's out and talking and having a good time. You're able to sit there and have a couple of drinks, and I think that's the way to do it next time. So then it'll have to be that we make the run to Hardee's for breakfast. There's Mr. G.
What's up, Mr. G? 1965. I
didn't make it to the shed again.
We got turned around. We got led astray.
We thought we were following the group going to Mr. G's, and we ended up getting led back to the hotel. So we don't know how we missed out on that, but it happened. Nice shirt. Nice
Oh, look at
shirt,
that.
Andy. Very good.
Hi, guys.
What's up, buddy?
Tired.
Hey, Andy.
Smyrna, how you doing?
Good, man. Doing well. Healing up.
Good.
Healing up well. I just got a text from my wife. Supper in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to get out of here shortly. So just to let you know, I'm not trying to be snobbish. I got to eat something. I'm withering away to a twig, so I got to go eat something.
Hey, I hear you, man. That was one thing that wasn't getting in my way this year was the lack of nutrition with all the riding. There was none of that. Dude, I scoped out the night before that there was a Wendy's a minute walk from the hotel, and I was like, there you go. The more processed it is, the easier it is on my stomach. So I'm eating Wendy's all weekend long.
Yep. Burger King on the highway and Wendy's while we were parked.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
Hi, Purple on 3.
Hey.
Purple on 3 next weekend. Message me on Instagram. Let's try to do something next weekend.
Look at this. This is not John's dating service.
No, we were talking down at VAMM about, because we're not that far apart from each other, so we were talking down at VAMM about getting together, and I have a little honey hole to take people to. So.
Oh, look at that. Thanks, Steven. I don't know how much knowledge I actually bring, but I'll take the compliment. And Mr. G, yes, we all enjoyed ourselves. VAMM was a trip and a half.
Well, it always is.
Looking forward to next year.
But
So
yes,
you guys rode the Widowmaker, didn't you?
No,
No.
not this year. We rode the Snake and Back of the Dragon on the Saturday.
You took him to the Snake?
Of course.
and I made it through. Look, I'm still here.
He actually enjoyed it. He enjoyed it.
That's a fun road. I can't wait to see your video on that.
He just needs a little confidence. That's all.
You know what? You know what made the difference for me on this trip was I had Jarvis in my ear the whole time because we had our comms linked up. The poor bastard took his fancy Cardo out and put a Cena unit in to match mine. And then 7 hours each day we spent yammering in each other's ears. And he's like, second gear, first gear, come on, push, just like the F1 guys with their race engineer looking at screens and telling them what to do.
I noticed when we got in town, we came over to the Amish place and we left. I noticed you were riding better, and then you lost your comms, and you seemed a little nervous when you lost your comms. You were like, "Oh shit, what do I do?"
Yeah, I'm such a giant, insert word here. Very cautious rider, I like to say.
There's nothing wrong with being cautious. Nothing wrong at all.
Well, I take it very seriously, this whole safety thing.
So what do you think,
yes.
Jarvis? Next year we take him across the Widowmaker?
He'll do fine on it. Like the day I rode the Widowmaker with Memphis Mike, we went on it, just the two of us. And it was all asphalt crumbs. They just finished paving the one side of it. There was gravel from the rain. There was everything on it. Every corner where the ass end was slipping out on the bikes. We were still, like we were playing with them in the corners. And the tires were sliding a little bit. And then finally Mike stopped, walked back to me. He goes, well, this is interesting, isn't it? It's like, I go, yeah, it's but John would be fine on it.
Even on good days, you're not going fast on it.
Just don't have a lead and not a big group. You get into that big group where you're caterpillaring back and forth and coming up on somebody, and then you're behind and you got to catch up and all that kind of stuff. That intermingles with John's had problems.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
The
we just went
accordion
off by
effect.
ourselves and did the snake and that. And he'd do the Widowmaker fine for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, I'm
You're
gonna
not
have to
going to
get
go
out of
very
here.
fast on the Widowmaker anyway.
Yep. All right, Smyrna Cowboy, thanks for joining us. Have a good
Yeah,
evening. Enjoy your food.
Yeah, I gotta go shove some groceries down my neck. So we'll catch you guys and gals later. Y'all be safe, and we'll see you guys later.
All right, take it easy, bud.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just roads. You know, if you can lean a little bit, you can get through them. I was watching somebody's video a couple of weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, the back of the dragon and the tail of the dragon are only for expert riders." And I was like, I call BS on that because I'm neither experienced nor expert rider, and I've made it through it. So
Those roads are like
It's the speed that you
for-
run it. If you're going to run the snake and you're saying that you're an expert, got to be an expert. Well, if you're running the speed that you're running, yeah, you may have to be. But if you're taking your time and you're not pushing yourself, anybody can do the road. I mean, it's not that bad.
people get wrapped up on the tail of dragon and all that stuff and treat it like a racetrack and think that you got to be an expert rider or go down there and run it like it's a racetrack. You can go down there and you can be a novice rider and you can run the speed limit on it.
Yeah.
I mean, bye, Mr. G.
see you, Mr.
Those
G.
roads, but for me, those roads aren't a big deal because I've got roads like that around here. That's just everyday riding for us. It's just better scenery.
Yep, Jody's
Yeah.
right. Ride your ride. That's all we do.
Yeah.
We don't have roads like that around here. We got
Well, yeah,
flat.
You're not that far
miniature versions of them. You got nice roads around your
You're not-
place.
You're
Right.
not that far from Deep Creek, are you?
It's about 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
We're gonna have to find somewhere to meet because I can be in Maryland in like 2 hours.
Yeah, Deep Creek's about a 3-hour ride for me. 4 if I make it fun and take some of the side roads instead of the highway.
Yeah, I'd just jump on 70 to 79, run 68 down, be there quick. Of course, I could run 40 across, but that's just no fun. There's too many red lights.
Yeah. Yeah, Deep Creek's fun. I got a buddy that his wife's family has a cabin up there, so I've been up there a couple of times on the bike.
So
We
when
have-
you want to go?
I don't know. I'm still recovering from last weekend. I still have an ear infection. I've been battling it all week. Too much earplugs. I have got a tube in the eardrum here, like little kids with too many ear infections. They put the tube in,
Yep.
so when I wear earplugs for 9 hours a day, apparently I get an ear infection. Happened last year, and that's what half of screwed me up was not being able to balance. And Jarvis will tell you, Friday night I was like, I think my balance is off. I'm gonna start doing the drops in the ear to get rid of the ear infection, and I've been battling it all week. It's been rough.
I know you wear a half helmet. Have you considered going to a full or a modular?
I would love to find a full face helmet that actually fits. Everyone I tried on gave me a hot spot in 15 minutes. I got a weird shaped head.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now I hear you. Full face helmet would be where it's at. If I didn't have to wear earplugs all the time, that'd be great.
But I know it's like wearing. It's going to sound crazy, but like since I went to the modular versus half helmet, now I still ride with half helmet sometimes, but I can hear my radio better.
Oh, yeah? I hear my radio
If
just
that
fine.
makes sense. Yeah. I don't have all that wind noise.
What shape is my head? Alien mother. Narrow and long front to back. It's the truth, though.
Do you have like a cycle world down there or anything?
We have a cycle gear that's not too far away. I go there about once a year and try on new helmets. And the only one I ever found that fit me right was the Harley helmet behind me, and the Bell that I wore before that. No, Patrick says AirPods. If I had an Apple, maybe. I don't have any of that fancy stuff.
Well, Harley has a new modular that's really light and comfortable, but it'd be pricey.
No, I don't care about price as long as it fits. Fitting
Yeah.
is more important.
I like that Sedici helmet I bought, full face, modular. It seems to fit nice. And it's not too heavy, but it's balanced. So when I put the camera on, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. You know what? It is what it is. For how often I do a long distance ride, it's not the world's worst thing.
Right.
But I can tell you next year I probably won't be able to make it because I've caught more hell than I thought I would for missing my anniversary this year. Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, she's still a little mad. Just
Did you take her roses home?
No. My bike was already packed down. Everything was filled.
We were loaded.
Oh, yeah.
They had that major award to haul home.
Yeah.
Where is it? There
Right
it is.
there. I got my major award from the Blue Bike in Doyle.
Yeah, Ray Gregory Rad should send his to Cali.
Now, what was that for? That was Miss Congeniality or something award, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a random pick for channel's 2,000 subscribers and higher. Actually, I wanted to have my wife drive down with me, but it's a logistical nightmare with kids and dogs.
Kids and dogs. Yeah, like my riding group now, half or more than half of the ladies, when they go on the couples trip, they take the 4 wheels to the site and then they ride with their others once they get there. But they miss out on anything on the ride, right? So.
Yeah, Ashley is Technic Rides' wife, and she brings the sad wagon every year to VAMM. We hid out in her car last year during a thunderstorm while waiting for Black Phoenix Entertainment and a couple others to come out of Walmart. We were standing there, and all of a sudden it started pouring, so we all just piled in her car and sat there until it blew over.
We were sitting on the porch. I remember that one. That was a bad one. We were sitting out on the front porch, man, it was. Because Harley Dayrider was over at the hotel with Smyrna Cowboy talking to him. That was a good storm that came through.
Yeah.
I think this is the first year that we didn't have rain.
Yeah, you might have missed it earlier. Jarvis and I found it. It was down in Tennessee Saturday. And then it hit between Claypool and Tazewell Saturday afternoon on our way to the Welcome Center. It poured. I was soaked from the knees down.
I didn't have a drop on me.
Of course not.
Goofy down there.
My bike's got the lower, so I didn't have a drop on me. I got off. I was dry as when I left the hotel.
Yeah.
Ashley's always useful.
It's goofy because it'd be rain on one side of the mountain, sunshine on the other.
Well, it did. There was a spot where you could see where it stopped, and then you can see where it started again down the road a little bit farther, and it was just a swath went right across the road.
Yep.
It was
and
wet,
I got that,
like it really poured, and then on the other side it was dry again.
And I got that rainbow on camera, Jarvis.
Did you?
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Probably did. I probably did as well on my one camera.
Why don't you tell people about that? That was hilarious.
So for everybody that's listening that didn't already hear this story, I left all my GoPros at home. What a mistake. But anyway, we had the 360, so we made do with that. So on the night I stayed over in Winchester, I spent most of the evening trying to get audio to the video from the comms, which we were successful, but I was a little worried there for a while. It wasn't working, but we got it, but missing out on a lot of good 4K video, I think, but oh well.
You know how I screwed up when I got home? I was pulling the audio footage off of the SD card from my Sena camera, and as I pulled off, I delete them. Well, I screwed up and deleted all the audio from our trip back home,
Oh,
and
So-
there was some.
So is it not in the recycle bin?
Not
No,
when you
because
delete
it
it
was
straight
on an
off
SD
the camera.
card.
yeah. When you delete
Yeah,
it
but
straight off,
still.
I deleted it straight off the SD. Huh?
And it won't send it to recycle?
nope.
Check it.
No,
Oh.
it never made it to the computer.
Yeah, like my GoPros, I connect them to the computer and then I download the footage straight from the camera to the computer. And if I delete on the camera, it doesn't go into the recycle bin on the computer.
Yep. So there was some funny stuff there. We stopped a whole bunch on the way back. We actually spent like 15, 20 minutes in the beer cooler at Sheets because it was hot.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was brutal. The further we came down off the mountains, the hotter it got. And then we spent, 4 or 5 hours where it was 99 to 104.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
Jody
Yeah.
messaged me. She said they hit 106 on their way back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not good.
Like we stopped at New River Gorge Bridge Overlook for lunch, and we ate some lunch meat sandwiches. And I had the bright idea that if I put tennis shoes on and take my riding boots off, it'll be cooler. You know, that was a mistake because you get all the heat on the lowers. There's like 2 cutouts, and the radiators just blow all that heat out.
You got to keep your foot
So
down
I
below
put my
that.
feet on the highway pegs, and
Yeah.
it's just blowing that heat.
I just have to make
Yeah.
sure that I don't put my
We
heels up
stopped. I put
too
my
high.
boots back on.
If I get my feet up too high, I'll get it right in the ankle from those little cutouts.
Yeah.
But other than that, if I just hang my toe off of it, I'm fine.
Yeah. I said screw it. I said screw it and put my boots back on.
Yep. Jody, I think you guys did have the hottest day. It was over 100 here. Oh, it was brutal. I was like, oh, I should go out for a ride after work, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. Yeah, it was too hot.
Yeah.
Technica has the right idea. Stay in the mountains. There you go.
Yep. Took the Blue Ridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to do the whole
do it.
Blue Ridge right from one end to the other all at once.
The top end is not that far from me. It's a couple hours.
Yeah, like
west.
I was
southwest.
watching as we drove home. We crossed it like about 3 times on the way home from Tazewell.
Yeah, I think we could have actually ridden the whole thing.
Like it zigzags back. Well, we should have. But you don't think at the time how close everything is, you know?
Yeah. Well, next time we'll have to run it. And by run it, I mean walk slowly and carefully.
Yeah.
I think Andy froze up on us. Oh, there he is. He's laughing. It's 30 minutes for me, says Nick.
I'm here.
Nick's going to get a timeout.
Yeah, you're freezing up, Andy.
I'm freezing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're stuttering quite a bit, and it's not
Huh.
your speech. But yes, we had a great
Okay,
trip this
must be.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Patrick was saying we rode it. It was 15 minutes from his place when I was there at Asheville. He took us up on it, Linda and I, and we rode a good portion of it. But there's it crosses 3 states.
Yeah, it goes from North Carolina all the way to Northern Virginia, as far as I know.
Yeah. Gonna need to do that one just to say we done it. I want to do all of the Natchez Trace. I've only done the Alabama, Tennessee end. I want to do from Nashville all the way down.
Well, no time like the present.
I got to finish my deck first.
It's a nice deck. You trim the bushes, now the deck looks bigger.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So,
What's the price of lumber up there?
no, I wasn't building it. I was just pressure washing it and restaining it. I got
400
company coming in September, so I got to get ready.
Yeah. There you go, Wayne. It's 469 miles.
Cherokee, North Carolina to Waynesboro, Virginia.
That's like your home city.
Yeah, we'll have to start from there. Portion of this close.
I don't know where Waynesboro is.
Well, it's around Pittsburgh, isn't it?
Well, Pittsburgh's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know, but it's like they're not that far away.
Let's see. It says it stops south of Harrisonburg, Waynesboro. So it's quite a ways from Pennsylvania.
Okay. All right.
Down 81.
Portion is closed at moment north of Asheville.
Hello, Dewey. I'm going to put Dewey in timeout. Of course, he has to come in. Yeah, Patrick says it's not close to Pittsburgh.
Okay. My mistake.
No, it's not close to Pittsburgh.
Maybe Waynesburg.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Waynesburg's close to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You guys probably off of 79.
Yeah. That on the way down to VAMM, that's that.
South of.
It's an option to stay there overnight because it's about, a fairly decent day's ride. But
What, to Waynesburg?
yeah, I think I'd looked at hotels in that area on other visits to VAMM, but
if you're coming through and you're looking for a layover around Washington or Waynesburg, just holler at me. Yep,
Okay.
I'll bring you up the house and put you up at the house.
All right, I'll remember.
I just did that with the Wandering Yankee. Yeah, we just did that with the Wandering Yankee.
Yeah.
Half a mile without a curve.
You guys
That's
are
not
freezing
enough.
up. Am I freezing up or are you guys freezing up? What's going on with this thing?
I only see you freezing up, Andy.
John's froze.
Nope. I'm watching the current
John's
live.
froze.
I'm moving around. Jarvis looks frozen.
Like
but
on my screen, I'm moving.
I'm reading. That's why I'm trying to read what's going on in the side chat.
Okay, I'm freezing on everybody's end. All right, I'm gonna jump off here since I'm freezing up, so it don't drive everybody nuts. I apologize, my internet must be screwing up. But
No worries.
Thanks for having me. And
Yeah, good to see you, Andy.
I had fun this year. You too. I'll stay in the side chat.
All right.
See you, Andy.
All right. Take it easy.
See ya.
All right. I open it up. Anybody else wants to join in? Open mic night. We'll say hi to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Andy walked away without removing himself. There it is.
So if we go back again, will you ride the Widowmaker?
Sure.
Reason why you shouldn't?
There's no reason. No.
We
sure,
should
I'd ride it.
I like that, taking the one day just to go do freelance and just do stuff that without the big group. I think the big group is a little intimidating on its own.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one freelance day was probably my highlight.
Yeah.
Because we got to ride the back of the Dragon in sunlight, and I got beautiful footage of it. I mean, just stellar image quality came out of the camera for the whole thing. I got the whole back of the Dragon recorded and the entirety of what we rode of the snake. Because I think we only did half of it, or 3/4. I'm not sure.
We did the whole. We did it all.
That's right, because we left there and we continued up the road.
Yeah, we did the other half after we left the store.
Yeah, I was running low on charged up batteries, so I didn't record that portion. But to answer Dewey, this year's experience was much better than last because I covered it earlier, but basically I didn't put nutrition as a secondary thing. It was right up there with safety at the top of the list. So I made sure I had food and water and all that stuff. And I didn't fall out, but I had an ear infection that I'm still battling. So we'll come up with a plan B for next year if I go.
We made frequent enough stops. I mean, we were on and off, cool down and get a drink, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we did what we needed to do just to make sure that there wasn't any calamities along the way.
Nope. There was no John's going to fall over and pass out this year. I tell you what, though, the heat got to me on the way home. I felt pretty ill on Monday. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, yeah, too much time. So after I left you in Winchester and we went our separate ways, my mug got stuck in my cup holder. So I had to wait for a straightaway and then lean over to drink out of the mug. And it caused me to get a little dehydrated on the ride home. So then I hit traffic as soon as – so my GPS, I think I should have followed you leaving Winchester because my GPS took me all the way up 81 to 70, and that was in Hagerstown. And then heading west from there, or heading east rather, was nothing but traffic. So I dipped off on the next road and took side roads all the way home. It was the only way to do it.
Almost immediately after I left you, it clouded over and it actually became fairly cool. After a short distance, I actually put my jacket on.
Really? Because I didn't get any of that. I was like toasty, 104 all the way home.
I was getting the effects of the storm coming in from the west, and it was starting to blow. The wind was getting heavier, but it was hitting me from the back on the left side. So basically kind of a quasi tailwind the whole way up there, but it was cool.
Wow.
So yeah, I actually appreciated it after I don't think I needed a drink after I separated off from you. I think it was cool enough. I wasn't needing it.
No, I didn't have that experience. 81 north Winchester. 81 north of Winchester.
I filled up like when I was with you, and then I left. That thermos was full when I got home.
Wow. Nope. I didn't. As soon as I left you and I was on 81, it was just absolute pockmarked roads, tar snakes everywhere, cars doing stupid stuff, and I was like, all right, well, I have 33 miles to 70. Then I know where I'm at.
We did have our share of weird stuff with cars coming at us and over the line and all that stuff.
We did.
Everybody would have been proud of John. He started yelling and carrying on and telling him to get out of his lane. I was quite proud of him after a while.
I was totally channeling my inner Jarvis on that one. I was like, sorry, Jarvis, I flipped that guy off because I was in the lead at that point, so I had to take over point on pissing people off.
Well, it was a vehicle that we could outrun, so if he was armed, we could get away anyway. So
yeah, pretty much. I want to address Dewey's comment. You know what? I might have been mistaken earlier when I said the freelance day was the best part of VAMM. Linking up with Jarvis in Winchester and being on comms all day, every day, as much as we could, because Friday I screwed up and I didn't have enough charge. That probably was the highlight because I had somebody to talk to. And you want a road captain? This guy right here is your road captain. So he's like, gravel in the middle of the lane, gravel in the left of the lane, car coming down the road on our side of the road. All the information you could want while you're riding down the road before you get to that point. He was just spouting it off. It was awesome. And I from the bottom of my dark, cold, black heart, thank you.
It's all right, John. Just having fun, man. Just trying to enjoy the ride, trying to make sure that you enjoyed it. That's why I volunteered to come and meet up with you over there. Like, it was, it's like a 4-hour ride just to get over to where you are from where I usually go. So, I mean, I just wanted to make sure that you enjoyed yourself this time, that you weren't going to be nervous and that you had somebody at your back and just That's all I wanted to do, was just make sure John had a good time this time.
And I can't thank you enough, because it definitely added a whole new level to the experience, and it was so much more pleasurable. So if you get a Christmas card from my wife, that's why. And Scott wants to know when the first VAMM video is coming out. Craig, and I'll post his link shortly. Craig put out his video already. His video is 9 minutes long from the entire weekend, but yeah, I think I filmed that much just leaving my county. So my videos are going to be a hot minute before they come out. I've got one that's done and uploaded, but it's not a vlog, and it's not anything like my normal videos. So you'll know it when you see it.
He's learned more than just how to ride better in the corners. He's learned to make longer videos from me.
Yeah, that must be it. I forgot how to edit. Basically, what happened.
Like I said, we had this conversation earlier. It's like you can't do that ride justice by, if you've got video that's that clear and that beautiful, you can't really cut it up. Like, it's a shame to cut it up.
No, and spoiler alert, I have the entire back of the Dragon soup to nuts, and I only cut to the view of me once or twice for specific reasons. So yeah, it's there. It's done and uploaded. I just got to release it at some point. Yeah, that was a labor of love, and my computer just about melted down trying to edit and render that stupid video.
No, it's where was the one? We were on our way home, and the one where you were doing you had the hand camera out.
Oh yeah.
And you were videotaping the front wheel of your bike, and I went by. I kind of buzzed John with my bike because he was doing it, and he didn't know I was coming, and I went zipping by. I want to see that.
Oh, dude, I have that clip, and basically I had my Hero 10 here, and I unscrewed it from the handlebars, and then I reached down and I'm filming the front wheel of my bike. Jarvis comes along, and I just rotate the camera and tilt it up to catch him. So I've seen that clip, and I think it's going to work just the way I said it would over comms. Yeah. It's going to be an awesome little setup. I got all sorts of cool stuff like that from this one. Yeah. So I recorded it completely different than last year. Last year was focused on the first time doing a real trip. That experience, that was what I wanted to convey. And this time it's kind of like that, but a little bit different. So there's things that I did differently this time. Hopefully everybody kind of doesn't get the fatigue of having watched last year's VAMM videos.
Well, you can't really get fatigued on them because everybody's got a different view of them. I mean, Craig's video was exceptional.
Oh yeah, too short.
brief, but exceptional.
But that's Craig's style.
Yours is going to be, mine's not going to be that long at all because I only had one camera, so it's like easy peasy this time.
Yeah, but you recorded all the comms, so he's got all the stuff that I don't because I neglected to hook up my comms for recording. I'm kicking myself still. I should have recorded that too.
We could probably have extracted all that audio but you'd had a nightmare matching it all up again.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it would have been way more work than it's worth.
Yeah.
But that's all right because people can watch both of our videos and see the difference and hear the difference.
Yeah.
Just know that Wayne will have spent 3 hours bleeping out John's curse words. Turns out I'm foul-mouthed. Yeah, this is nuts. This is what I find. Yeah, occasionally. This is what I find to be nuts. Craig edited every night in the hotel on his way home, so he had his video to come out Thursday, which just blows my mind.
See, and the other ones that do that is Boots and Jeans Riders. They're on the road for the whole summer. Like they're the whole riding season, they're gone. And they do all their editing, which is exceptional. And they use DaVinci Resolve. And like to do it on the road like that, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Same as
See,
Dewey. Like Dewey's editing on the road is, he says it's such a pain, but yeah, he does the stuff that Dewey's doing. Dewey, I got to tell you, man, it's not fair. Like the quality of your videos is up there with Itchy Boots or any of those, and you're not getting the recognition that you should. Like YouTube should be promoting your videos way, 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 way. And just so you know, my opinion.
and it's not just your opinion. There's a lot of us that believe that Dewey is shortchanged.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Jody gets it. Jody did cross country last year, and so she understands. Me, I don't take any editing. I brought one SD card per camera, and that was that. When they filled up, I was done recording for the weekend.
I only used one.
Yeah.
I had 12. I had 12 in the bike, but I never needed them because I didn't bring the cameras to use them.
Yeah, but you also offloaded to your computer every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, Andy knows. He offload it every day. It's nuts. I don't want to be bothered. I'm on the trip to enjoy it, and what I get is what I get, and then I figure it out when I get home. Cut it up, whatever. I only have 12 hours of editing so far in this footage, so we'll see what I end up with.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, thanks for stopping by, man. Take it easy. And you know what? Since we have Jody here, I have to say it was really cool to meet her in person. You'd met her before, right, Wayne?
Yes, many times. I stayed at their house first time I went to VAMM.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I got to meet Jody, and I got my motorcycle rock. It's in my swag bag off camera somewhere.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have a way to pull that up. You talk for a minute while I look up that picture.
Talk about what? What do you want me to talk about, John?
I don't know.
Talk about your rock? I have a rock. I have a very special one. It was very, very well done. I'm really appreciative of that. It was a nice gift. But yeah, well, we went, when did I go? I went, Bonnie and Pete from Artist on a Harley. They led me down to Tommy G's and Jody's, and we stayed over there the night, and then we rode to VAMM the next day. Yeah, we had a good time.
This is the rock I was talking about.
Yep.
I got two of them. I got one for riding motorcycles, and the other one, Road Reality.
Yep. Same as me. Yep.
Oh, there's me at the snake. There it is. There's the back of the white one. Ride motorcycle now. I love it. I'm going to make a stand to put it on the shelf behind me as well.
Another major award.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you get a motorcycle rock from Purple on 3, it is a good day. And Patrick has to brag. Patrick's going to go in timeout. So this is something, I don't know if Jody's going to show this. I know she was recording, but I did throw a leg over her Can-Am Spider. I had the distinct pleasure of riding it in the parking lot at the Super 8. And that was pretty cool. I kind of liked it. I went straight for the gravel with it. I keep telling people. Go ahead.
You could probably get used to that, John.
I could. I'd have to get the Minister of Finances on board with it, though.
The Mistress of Finance.
No, it's the Minister of Finances. She runs the whole show.
All right. All right. Well.
Yep. And Ty, what's up, Ty? We were down in his neck of the woods, sort of, kind of, at least the same state.
So was I in April, and the guy didn't answer his call.
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. I love it.
But he did give me his phone number afterwards. He says, hey, if you ever need to get a hold of me, here's my number.
Yeah. Now you have his number. Now he can ignore that, too. There you go, Jody. Get on that. You have plenty of time to edit now you're home.
So
You
where
know what?
Ty go?
He posted one comment. I don't know. He's probably still watching. But a spider is just as much as a Harley, Dewey, for the one I'm looking for. Oh yeah, the spider's like 32 grand for the top of the line model that I would go after.
So what's that? That's the RT, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a RT limited sea to sky or something.
Yeah, they're all right. Like they don't slow down with them. I mean, they're in the corners just like we are.
Just like you are.
I don't know. You were doing all right.
I did okay.
Yeah.
I think I got it leaned over as much as my kickstand does this time, which is a vast improvement. I have the pictures from Back of the Dragon and the Snake. You know what? I should pull those up.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see those.
Let's see here. Window. There it is.
If I can bring mine up.
All right, so here we are. We'll start with Wayne. We're on, is this the back? Yeah, this is the Snake. And of course, it's not loading now. But yeah, I found the pictures. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to hide my bookmarks. There we go.
Should
So
be
yeah,
able-
we've got Wayne, and he comes through, and look, he leans his bike over. Look at that. That's all you were leaned over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne smiles for the camera. I like that one a lot. And then I come through, and they got a lot more of me because I'm going half as fast. See, I leaned it over ever so slightly.
Yeah.
But it's, what I noticed from this picture is it's the perfect head and eyes and everything, just the way you should ride, I think.
Yeah.
Looking through the corner. Hell, even at the end of it, I'm still looking through the corner. But the better one is the Back of the Dragon. So we're riding along, and Wayne picked it out that I was there. And he's like, or that the camera was there. And he's like, all right, show him, wave to the camera. And then I ended up doing that. See, I got the peace sign coming out. It's barely visible, I know. There it is. Look at that. They take such good pictures there. I'm thinking about ordering them.
Yeah, you can buy them right online.
Yeah, it's like $20, I think. Might be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, you get one like that actually it's a good shot. That the ones I had done, I did buy them 2 years ago when Memphis Mike was with me, and the reason I bought them, it wasn't because they were good pictures, it was because Mike and I were both in the shots.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted it, just for that. And like he even said that he said, don't buy them, they're crap, like they're not that good, like you're not framed properly. And because he's a photographer, right? So he's like critiquing them, and I'm like, dude, I didn't want it for that, I just wanted it so we had both our bikes, and because it was kind of cool that he came and roomed with me, and he's way bigger YouTuber than I am. But yeah, it was fun.
We all have our niche.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy that rides the same 6 roads all year, except for that one time I didn't.
Well,
Joey's got a great point here about techniques and all that stuff. He's not wrong.
Yeah. Once you do enough riding in roads like that, like if you were down there every day and riding that ride.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I get twice as fast.
It would just be reflex that you would just go ahead and do it. You wouldn't even think about it because you'd be used to it, right? Where you're coming from very moderate traffic roads, country roads, fairly narrow, well maintained, good pavement, most of it, and you're able to, it's there's no real tight corners. They're all like fairly sweepers at best. Speed limits aren't that high in Maryland, just so you know, because they like to keep you going slow.
Oh yeah, they totally do.
Photo radar, all that kind of stuff going on. So
It's horrendous. The city I live in recently sent out an email that every city road was now 35 miles per hour or slower, and they're proud of that.
Yeah,
because that's going to stop pedestrians from running out in front of you.
Well, if they put their phones and their headphones out, they'd be all right.
They would, but you can't.
Toronto loses somebody almost every night walking out in front of traffic.
Do you know what the number one demographic of pedestrians struck by vehicles is? It's recent college graduates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they spend 4 years on this campus where everybody has to do 10 or 15 or slower, and they're all used to being able to do whatever the hell they want, and then they walk out in the real world and get squished.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, not when I was saying about your roads, I mean, like, we really enjoyed riding those. Like, after you had to go home when we were riding, like, you had to get back for the kids. So Linda and I, we were at the trailer there for a bit, and then we jumped back on the bike and went right back out again and we were all over the place, like right up till dark. Yeah. And then we got back and loaded the bike up for the next day because we were heading to New Hampshire the next morning. So, I mean,
yeah, you were definitely in a nicer area for traffic and the roads actually bending a little bit.
Yeah. And we went farther away too. We went away from the city more. Yeah,
that's the way to be. Patrick's got a funny one here. He says he'd be a wreck here. I figured it out while I was at VAMM. I said, y'all have these corners, but they stay stationary. We have corners up home, but they're cars that you have to avoid because they're all doing stupid stuff. That was my epiphany. Yeah. And Andy, they do have the right of way in crosswalks only. I have the police report to prove that they do not have the right of way outside of a crosswalk. Speaking of which, just so everybody knows, Cobra Kai season 6 is now available on Netflix. The first half, the second half will come out in January or February. Oh goodness. Yeah, see, Dewey's got the same problem. He's used to riding all those twisties and back roads, and then you get caught in traffic, and you're like panicking. And I get caught in traffic, and I'm like, yeah, it's another day. It's all in what you're used to, right?
Yeah. Well, so Dewey, I was in Colombia. I was in Cartagena. I never seen so many motorcycles in all my life. Like, it was a bloody zoo in the morning and at night, like after work. And they use them like taxis. So there'll be like a group of like 20 motorcycles sitting in this little parking area along the side of the street. People will just walk up. I guess they negotiate a price. They jump on the back and they go. So the rider's got a helmet, passenger don't. And they're going down the road and there's cars going by them like this far away from the handlebars. Like, it is nuts. And yeah, I could imagine Peru, like right in Peru, like in the cities, it would just be like very intimidating. Like, there's vehicles going by these bikes, so like where I come from, you'd be kicking the guy in the door for being that close. Like,
yeah, we don't have motorcycle taxis here. We have regular taxis, although I did see a bike Monday was splitting lanes on the Beltway, and I mean, I was in my
truck. Is that illegal there?
Yeah, it's highly illegal. Yeah, I was in my truck, which is most of the width of a lane, and there was a car next to me, and here this guy comes, right between us. I was like, "Oh, here we go! Somebody looking to be road pizza." Yeah, see, this is the stuff that gets me. Is like in Peru, like Dewey's saying, got all these things sharing a road. It's just complete madness. Oh, it is just madness, he says. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think it all comes down to what you're used to. So, anything else you want to share about VAMM, Mr. Wayne?
Um, I think I want to go earlier and do other things before it actually starts.
I think a lot of people did that this year. They came up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
They've always done it. Like the HDR and Ty and them guys, they usually were there a couple of days early. I know Blue Bike Doyle, they were all there early and drove the tail of the dragon and did other things. So that I think I just don't like that we just get there and then it's okay. We get in there, we unloaded the bikes, grabbed a quick shower, and we were gone to the center to meet up with everybody. We didn't have that day of just getting to know everything and get a little bit of a ride in that way and then start. Because it's Mr. G's got it so organized. So the next morning you're starting and then you do this and you do that and you do that. And then so the day's all full there. I think I want extra days just to go do our own shit. Just see more of it than like there's so much more there. Like you can't pick a bad road, really.
No, they were all fun.
Yeah, you could make up your own ride. Yeah, they did Friday where we did Saturday.
Right.
Just wanted to make it known that we did not get invited to Friday.
He's right, you know. We didn't even get invited to that, but I guess we'll give him a pass. I don't know. Wayne's still crying about it. I don't know what Ty's excuse was, but, you know, if somebody can leave around their anniversary with their wife and go and do it, then I don't think there's many excuses that could preclude you from showing up next year.
Actually, isn't Ty's like her birthday or something? What's
birthday?
I don't mean her. I mean Winnie's birthday, isn't it? Ty, something like that.
Yeah, he'll let us know in a minute. It's delayed. Is this thing on? He might answer. He might be going, Winnie's in the background. I don't want to say. That's okay. Oh, it's on his wife's birthday.
I remember.
Yeah, but she's that age for a whole year. You can float that holiday just a little bit.
No, birthdays are pretty tight. You got to be careful on those ones.
Well, I can't disagree with that either. I kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it tricky for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why Dewey's not married. He's like, nope, I don't want anything to interrupt my motorcycle travels. Not happening.
No.
We never did hear what happened with him and the Brazilian women, though, huh?
There was a couple that were kind of hanging around there. I thought maybe something was going on.
Yeah. That won't last long, Ty. Just get to know me.
She just said she likes you.
You know, I will say this about Ty, though. He messaged me one day. He's like, so I'm watching your video from today, and when he calls out from the other room, hey, is that John from Road Reality? So apparently my voice carries just a little bit.
Yeah.
See, Patrick gets it. It's just a day. Oh, there you go. There we go. So there's some nightlife going to happen for Dewey here. Don't record it, Dewey. Nobody needs to see that. I know he's got all the cameras and everything, but that probably shouldn't be filmed. Now, Wayne, when are you coming back to the States?
I already talked to Spider Wayne about doing a breakfast run over there somewhere, New York State, but I got to get all this stuff done, and the McStashes are coming for a visit in September for Friday the 13th at Port Dover. So I'm getting things ready for them, and once that's done and that's out of the way, so probably maybe in the fall.
Okay. The Kardashian spicy tape. Yes,
Yeah.
good time.
Please don't, Dewey.
Yeah, no, nobody needs to see that. Yeah, we're good. But if you don't have anything else, I'm going to wrap this one up. I think we all had a good time at VAMM this year. There were very few incidents that aren't my story to tell. But Jarvis and I had a blast. We totally rocked it going up and down 81 and riding around over there. I felt like I had my own personal male escort, not of the paid variety. Let's not get into it.
The 81 was okay, but the 460 sure perked up the ride once we got on it.
Oh, yeah. That's where it gets beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. They're in Florida for a week. Well, Ty, thank you for joining us in the side chat, even though you're in Florida for the week. So I feel honored. And Ashley laughs because that's what Ashley does when she's nervous. Like every time I open my mouth and say something inappropriate, she just laughs. And with that, I'm going to thank everybody in the side chat for joining us tonight. And I'm going to thank Jarvis for joining me on screen. We had Smyrna Cowboy earlier. Go back and check it out in the replay. And we had Road Glide Andy. So thank you guys for coming on too. And if anybody has any questions about VAMM, reach out to Jarvis. Don't ask me. We'll have our videos out eventually. Jarvis, any final words?
Just ride it. Just go ride. Have fun.
Yep. Motorcycles are good for you. Kraken says that. And with that, everybody, take care. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys in the next video. It won't be live.